Sawasdee Krap, good morning.
Good morning. Chicken.
Oh, they smell good.
Chicken fry.
Chicken. Sausage as well?
Yes.
Oh, nice. Good morning, my name's Tony. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, please take a moment to check out some of my other content. So today, where are we? Well, just behind me is a Nanai Soi. In front of me is a Soi called a Sainamyen Soi. And that is the Soi that we're going to be starting our Streets of Patong series off on. I'm just outside of a 7-Eleven, just had my green drink, haven't had it for a few days, so I thought I'd better get some. A few Sois that haven't had many 7-Elevens in, but this one has got plenty, as you will see going down, and that's quite unusual for Thailand because 7-Elevens, Family Marts, Tops, all these convenience stores are literally everywhere. So for me to manage to find some Sois without them is quite good going actually. Okay, so let's get going on the video. We're going to make our way straight down to the Soi, heading towards the beach. Very busy Soi this one, because the Nanai Soi, as I've covered previously, is a busy Soi indeed. Lots of businesses along there, and indeed this one as well. A lot of expats choosing to stay in this area of Patong. Of course, we're in the heart of Patong here. So these Sois are busy 24 hours a day. And talking about the day, it is Sunday the 23rd of February, and it is just coming up to 10:30 in the morning. Now I can see over there is a little bit of a space which looks like it's either is or going to be a market area. I don't know whether it's actually finished yet. If you know, drop it in the comment section, or this is new, because I can see scaffolding, so I'm guessing that this is a new addition to this Soi, which might be quite interesting, especially in the evening if they've got some cheap food on there. And talking about food, as you can see already, a few of these smaller Thai restaurants, these are the ones to hunt out if you're looking for excellent value. Quite a few of these down here. There's actually a hot pot restaurant just in front here. I have covered it on my channel some time ago. Go back and have a look at it. It's very, very good indeed. Hot pots originate from Isan. It's like the Isan area that these sort of foods are coming from. Nat really likes them. I like them myself, I must admit. Not open yet. It's more of an afternoon, evening place, this place here. Check that video out. I will try and put it in the description or link it on screen. Of course, plenty of accommodation along here as well. So a big area, as you can see, we're right underneath some accommodation here. A restaurant downstairs there. Good morning. More accommodation over there, a resort. Okay, so today's topic, solo travelling here in Thailand. Now the reason why I've decided to pick this is because I've noticed on my group from time to time there are quite a few missing persons posts that are posted, and they seem to come in batches. You don't just get one occasionally, you get like 3 or 4 in a row, and then nothing at all for a couple of months, and then another 3 or 4, which is a little bit worrying. Now generally Thailand is a fairly safe country to travel around if you're travelling as a solo traveller, whether you're a male or female. More small restaurants along here that might be worth checking out. Just keeping an eye on my hat. It's very windy today, so apologies if the sound's not too good. It is extremely windy. Little restaurant here, you might want to come and have a look. It looks like they're doing pork noodle or a bone soup of some sort. Yeah, pork. So a pork noodle soup. We've got Chinese sausage as well, barbecued pork or chicken, that looks like pork, and duck. Sawasdee Krap, good morning. more soup as well. So generally, Thailand is a safe country to travel around on. Let me just go here because I can see there's people standing on the pavement now. I'm not going to get past. But like any country in the world, you do need to use a degree of common sense when travelling. It's very important. Obviously, if you're not familiar with the area, then try and familiarise yourself with the area before wandering around the area, because it's very easy to wander into an area that maybe you shouldn't really be wandering into, especially late in the evening time. Walking into areas that maybe not the most desirable areas to be looking around late at night can often lead to problems. Misunderstandings with locals, maybe people that are drunk, that may be looking for trouble. And my best suggestion there would be, where possible, when travelling alone in Thailand, avoid getting into arguments, whether it be with Thais or whether it be with other foreigners. There was a case reported about a month ago over here where a guy was travelling in Phuket. He'd been over to Thailand before, I believe, done some travelling, so he wasn't new to travelling, but had got into, some people would say an argument, other people would say a disagreement with somebody that was staying at his hostel. And from the CCTV footage, it was a reasonably heated argument or discussion, whichever you want to say. I don't know the full facts. I'm going off media reports, which again you do tend to have to take with a bit of a pinch of salt, because let me just see what we've got here. I've got to keep an eye on the road here. It's always good carrying a camera. Nobody wants to run a camera guy over. Well, at least I'd hope not. But I always take the media reports with a pinch of salt. Patong Hospital in front there, if you happen to need it. Hopefully you won't need that on your travels here, but you never know. It's always handy to know where the hospital is. But according to the media report, it got into a little bit of a discussion, heated argument with another foreigner. He was seen leaving his hostel, and a few minutes behind was the person that he'd been previously having a discussion with. And then the next morning he turned up drowned. Now there has been an investigation ongoing on that. I haven't heard any results from that investigation. The police sort of said it was the cause of death was due to drowning, but it seems to be very suspicious circumstances, to say the least. Again, I'm only reading what the media reports have stated, but you can't always be 100% sure on how accurate those reports are. So it's very easy to get into a disagreement with somebody, and then it can have consequences later on during your stay. So my best advice is, where possible, try to avoid getting into arguments. It is far better to walk the other way, not get into arguments, not upset people, whether they be local people or foreigners. I know sometimes it can be difficult. I'm not saying when you're in the right you should back down, but there are certain times when you need to sort of bite your lip and just walk away from it, rather than putting yourself in unnecessary risk. Because of course, if you're travelling alone and you've got no friends over here, then that is something that you need to take your personal safety as paramount. Quite a few restaurants there for breakfast, taking breakfast. And of course, make sure if you are travelling alone that you have somebody that can raise the alarm if you're not in touch with them, whatever period of time you set. So if you've got a family member back home in your own country and you're travelling over here, maybe arrange to speak to them at a certain time of day, and obviously try to stick to that as much as possible so you don't raise concern. I know it's an obvious thing and it's common sense, but a lot of people seem to forget common sense when they come over to Thailand. They leave their common sense on the aeroplane, and I'm not quite sure why. But this is why I'm talking about it, because there has been a spate of missing persons. Some have turned up fine. They've just been preoccupied, shall we say, with things that go on and happen over here in Thailand. And unfortunately, some have turned up no longer alive. So it is worth being aware of the situation. Generally, if you use common sense, travelling here in Thailand is quite safe. But as I was going to say, like anywhere in the world, let me just scoot across here before I get run over. You need to use common sense. Have somebody that you speak to in your own country daily or every couple of days, just to check in, make sure everything's fine. And then of course, if they don't hear from you, then they can notify the relevant authorities. Something may have happened to you, because it's not wise to travel alone and have nobody know where you are or if you're okay or not in a foreign country. That is not good common sense. Most people that travel will have some sort of contact with family or a relative or a friend, anybody, just to make sure you're okay, because there are a lot of people that go missing every year for various reasons. Not all of them bad reasons, but what I'm saying, there are a lot of people that do go missing. So it's always wise to keep that in mind and have somebody that's keeping an eye out on you. Okay, so you can see not a long soi by any means, but a soi that a lot of people will walk up and down. The beach is just at the bottom here. We're coming up to a large hotel called Looped. Interesting name that for a hotel, I must admit. And just outside of the hotel, on the ground floor, there's a market area and lots of restaurants and stuff, so it might be a good place to have a look around for some food. Plenty of coffee shops around this area and hotels. Interesting name that. Where possible, don't carry large amounts of cash. You can now get these travel cards where you can load up with the cash. They're a little bit more safer than cash itself, because obviously you're going to need a PIN number to use them, and that should you lose it or have them stolen, don't keep your PIN number with your card, obviously. But if you get mugged, give them the wrong number. If you give them the number, I mean, they're not going to know. I'm going to cross over here because I want to show you this area here with all these places. So as you can see, quite a few businesses just below this large hotel, and a market area at night. A few stalls on the right hand side as we walk down here. You're going to be able to grab some food and drink. Few indoor stalls over there. I'm guessing they're going to be more busier in the evening than first thing in the morning. There's always going to be one or two places open where you can grab a bit of breakfast, but these type places tend to be more lunchtime and evening times. And there's also a large convenience store on the corner. And then we're almost at the end of the soi. Now we have gone on to a different soi to where we started, and I will list the names of the soi we've walked down on the video, just so you know where we are. And just at the bottom here is, of course, Patong Beach. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this first soi that we've taken a look at here in Patong. Plenty more to come, and if you have enjoyed today's video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. Also consider sharing it on your social media, and if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, I would appreciate it if you would click the subscribe button, and thank you very much in advance. And I guess that brings us to the end of today's video, and I'll speak to you soon.